Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bowling Green, Kentucky for the fourth stop on this year's STIHL Timbersports Series. I'm Tommy Sanders, along with John Hughes here, Jerry McInnes also in the arena. We really like this spot. This is the third year we've been to Kentucky for our number 4 show. Not only do they have great competition here, but also this is what we call moving day. The guys on the bubble are trying to get into that Elite 16 to become the members of the finals group down in Walt Disney World in Orlando. And we got a good situation here, right?
Sure do, Tommy. Those guys on the bubble, Dennis Down, Arden Koga Sr. and Gaston Dupre. Now, the interesting part here, Dennis Down, he only has 2 events, the stock saw and the single buck. I believe he's qualified in the single buck. He wants 10 points very much here. Arden Koga Sr., this guy is probably qualified in 3 events, Gaston in 2. Both these guys could get right up there, be in the top 16. Dennis could miss out.
All right, well, that's enough to make Dennis think, and we'll find out what he's thinking right now. We throw it down to Jerry McInnes.
Well, speaking about being on the bubble, I'm with Dennis right now, and you have a very concerned look on your face.
Yes, I do. I got an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old who want to go to Disney World.
So are you going to do some heavy-duty scoreboard watching today?
Yeah, I'm sitting 16th right now. I think I'm 7 points in front of Arden Sr. and 16 points ahead of Gaston, and they're both in 3 events. I'm only in 1.
Well, I tell you what, the best of luck. We got to get those kids down there in Florida, guys.
Okay, a lot of grown-ups that want to go to Disney World, too. We'll see who makes the final 16. Lots of great chopping and sawing coming up. This is the STIHL Timbersports Series.
The STIHL Timbersports Series, brought to you by STIHL, #1 worldwide, and by Chevy Trucks and Commercial Specialty Vehicles.
Tommy, in this event, each contestant gets 6 inches to make 3 cuts. But of course, the starting is most important. Both hands must be on top of the log. They can't move their hands until the starter says go, and then they have to fire the saw up, pick it up, make a down, up, and a down cut within that 6 inches.
Here's Carson Bosworth from Bonners Ferry, Idaho. In the purple shirt there, another one of the local competitors. His name is Benny Whitfield. What kind of saws are we talking about here, John?
I'm not sure what Benny's running. It looks like a 111 Johnson Red, Tommy, but I know Carson Bosworth has a 250 Suzuki, one that's been 11 qualified ahead of Carson.
Oh.
But this time, the 250 Suzuki came out on top. A good cut for Carson Bosworth. Tommy, Mike Slingerland's running a 750 home late, a small production saw that's been well worked out. Jim Taylor, a 325 Rotex. Watch the speed with which this guy starts the saw, and of course the way he runs it. Here it goes.
Oh, good cut for Jim Taylor there.
That one will be very close. The judges will have to look at it. You see the bottom of the log. He almost took more than the allotted 6 inches.
Well, they're going to take a look at that right now. He's very close to the line. One of the judges is shaking his head. Jim Taylor does not look happy. Let's turn it over to Jerry McInnes now. Jerry's standing by with Jim Taylor.
Jim, it's looking a little bad right here now.
Yeah, I was going as fast as I could go there, and I just got a little too close to the line and sawed her off, and what can you do about that? I was racing. In the trials, it was so fast, you know. I think it was 4 or 5 guys in under 7 seconds, and I knew I had to go for it, and I just got in a little bad there in that last cut.
Well, here we go with Harry Burnsworth from Mill Run, Pennsylvania. His opponent, a guy who has a checkered hot saw career, Mike Sullivan.
And these guys know how to run them.
Whoa, good cut for Mike Sullivan.
Incredible cut.
Well, here we go with the top 2 qualifiers in the hot saw. Here's Matt Bush. He's over there with his Barney, I guess, Barney built saw, John. Also, his opponent here, Gaston Dupre, a guy who's trying to make his way into the top 10, very desperately trying. This is one of his big events here.
Gaston's running his 250 Honda. Now, he qualified with a time of 6.08, which is quicker than the top time right now held by Mike Sullivan, 6.25.
Gaston Dupre is one of the guys who we're watching here, trying to get into that top 16, so we're watching. There's been a news development on that. Stay tuned.
Whoa!
Great run for Gaston Dupre. Absolutely great run.
Dennis, I know you're watching this very carefully, and Gaston competed awful well there.
Yeah, he's very good at that hot saw. I think he might have made up some points big time there.
But we have a kind of a development in you being placed back in stock saw.
Yeah, the guy who finished 10th dropped out, and it moved me up. I finished 11th, so that moved me up to 1, so I'm back in.
So you're guaranteed 1 point there.
If I make 2 clean cuts.
Okay, well, boy, we're watching for you and pulling for you.
Thanks.
Well, meanwhile, on the scoreboard, there you have it. Mike Sullivan really hitting his stride in the hot saw here. Had to make a fast run to beat out Gaston Duperret. Jerry standing by with our winner right now.
Mike, you got a good start today.
Yeah, that's a good start. Winning the hot saw is always a good event to win. You never know what can happen in that event.
Yeah, that's right. You know, a few pretty good guys dropped by the side.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they cut the line, and, you know, when you get a couple of guys out like that, you know, makes the way a little easier, but I still had a really good cut. They had to go to beat it.
A very happy Mike Sullivan here, Tommy.
He's your hot saw winner, also scoring some great points there. Gaston Duperret moves him a little closer into the Elite 16. We got some chopping coming up. Don't go away. All the way from Bendigo, Australia, here's Brad Turner in the underhand chop. His opponent, a local favorite here from Campbellsville, not too far away, Billy Joe Kerr.
Tommy, Brad Turner was 3 seconds quicker in qualifying, but don't count out Billy Joe Kerr. But this young man from Australia, look at the speed. He's swinging that axe. 1-1 in the bottom, and the drivers. That's the last 2 hits they put in before they turned, and he's got 3 hits on Billy Joe. But Billy Joe stayed in the front, put a pretty big hole in there, and now it's coming down to the 1-1 in the drive. It looks like Brad's going for the drive already.
Okay, there he is, Brad Turner.
1 blow behind Billy Joe Kerr.
Here's Mike Sullivan and Carson Bosworth at this heat of the underhand chop. Mike Sullivan, a great chopper, as is Carson Bosworth, 2 compact guys that really hit hard.
That's right, Tommy, they do. They use every ounce of their weight and strength in behind every blow, and both these guys have put a big hole in the front. They know they've got to cut the wood somewhere. They stay there, put as many blows as necessary to get the big wood out, get into the small wood, and Mike Sullivan's driving already. Carson's putting a few off hits on, and there's Mike. Pretty quick time. Carson 2 blows behind.
Here we go with Matt Bush and David Jewett. We're into the really big heavy hitters now, John.
That's right, Tommy. This man from Krogan, New York, Matt Bush, he's very big. He clubs it, holding on to the end of the handle, and he's already turned. Dave Jewett from Pittsburgh, New York. This young man, he's one of the top competitors in the world right now, and he's going after it. He wants these valuable points for getting to the finals at Orlando, and Matt Bush is driving already, and oh, very close race.
John, tell us who won.
I say it was Matt Bush.
Okay, another look at the end of this cut, and the reason it looks like those 2 guys are coming off so close together is because they are less than 0.2 of a second separating the 2 guys. A time of 21 flat for Matt Bush, 21.24 for David Jewett. A couple of slick qualifying times here in these top 2 contenders in the underhand chop. Mel Lentz with a 19.71, Arden Koger Jr. with a time of 19.50, and they'll need him to take this one at this point.
That's right, Tommy. The fastest time right now, 21 flat by Matt Bush, and both these guys have beautiful pieces of wood. You can tell by the way those big chips are flying out of there. And Jamie Koger's going up. Melvin Lentz has already turned. He must have a big hole in the front of that. He's turned. Jamie's not too far behind. Look for Melvin to do the 1-1 in the bottom. Then he'll drive it from the top. 1, 2, 3, and a little one to finish. But who got it?
Another tight one. We're going to have to wait on the time for that.
Did you take him or not?
Nope, I don't think I got him. He got me, I reckon.
Well, it looked. We don't have a time yet, but it looked like it was awful close.
It was close, but I'm confident. Melvin's such a great axeman. He's the best in North America, if not the best in the world. And if I got him, but I don't think so.
Okay, guys, you got a time on that?
Whoa, Jerry, get Arden back over there. He did win that one. He was mistaken. 18.67 the time. That's the winner.
You won that event,
Oh,
man.
I did? Woo! Whoa! I tell you one thing, it must have been because he hit the block before I did. That's the only way.
Well, the timer here in Kentucky doesn't start until the axeman hits the wood, so Arden Koger Jr. is able to best Mel Lentz, but just barely. We'll be right back.